already. So they show necklace. See, shoes on.
No, look all them people that don't have it.
What the Jim said you have to show some.
What do you say that?
They sent the thing that said if you don't have a camera, it's not 8:30. Like, are y'all starting? Y'all don't have a camera. Y'all need to get one. You need to see that you're paying attention. There's too many people to watch.
About 9:15. They all seem. Oh, it should be quiet.
Hello?
morning, Team SLCC, and Happy New Year! I hope this greeting finds everyone well, healthy, rested, and collected from a fun-filled holiday season. My name is Vincent June, and I am officially the permanent Coach Chancellor for Team SLCC. I am both humbled and honored to lead a phenomenal and talented group of professional athletes, aka educators, into the next chapter of education and service delivery. As we prepare ourselves for the start of a very rigorous yet rewarding spring 2021 semester, I thought it fitting and necessary to leverage existing work in progress experience as the interim coach chancellor for Team SOCC in both summer and fall 2020 to officially kick off and sprint into spring 2021 semester. Why is SOCC sprinting? Because it's an excellent way to frame where we've been, where we are, and where we're heading. Momentum and continuing to hone our craft as a top choice institution is necessary given the great work that we have done for both summer and fall of 2020. Albeit leadership changes, changes in instructional delivery, ongoing COVID challenges, political elections, civil unrest, hurricanes, and an official national search for a permanent coach chancellor. The race continues. However, to run this spring sprint, we have to break into a couple of different phases, team. We got to have our starting blocks. We got to have the drive phase and the transition phase. We got to embrace the coasting and acceleration phases. And then finally is the all out, just simply smoking and leaving a trail of success behind as we head towards the finish line. With that in mind, and before I walk you through the sprint playbook for spring 2021, let me remind both current team members and new team members that although recently appointed permanent coach chancellor, effective December the 9th, the vision and the mission, it still remains the same, providing innovative educational solutions, creating a best practice to work and learning environment while also executing our mission, and that is to serve students and our community. Let me stress the 8 rules of the sprinting technique and engagement that is nurtured by our own college core values, which continues to shape our culture of leaders, institutional stewards, and educators to pass on the best product of education and learning and service necessary to ensure college and student success as we strive to win the race against all odds presented to the Team SOCC. Pardon me for a second. Coach Chancellor June is having technical difficulties here with the PowerPoint. I understand that I am stuck on the same screen.
All right, so since I put it in the chat, good morning, everyone. I'm going to just break the silence here and go out on a limb. So bear with me. This is just to make you smile. I know Courtney started the cheer for me. Yesterday, I was speaking with the new hires. And one of the things that I said, I don't know why this popped into my head, but the word of the times and the word of the day, I said, I did this. I said, give me an F. Give me an L. Give me an X-ability. What do we have? Flexibility. So that's my quick cheer, and to help everyone remember that that's going to really probably be key this semester, as we see right now with Dr. June being flexible and allowing him to come, work on get IT to work on his PowerPoint. And so we thank you for you being flexible and for bearing with us. And as we know, every day just brings new things into our work life, our home life, our personal lives. And so we just have to go with it. So thank you. That's my little piece. I'm not going to have another cheer for you, but I will share that one. All right. Have a good one.
Darcy, it looks like several participants and employees are asking for you to do an encore. I think they really liked your cheer. No encore. That's okay. While we are waiting again for Dr. June's technical difficulties to be solved, I do want to just mention, I did send out an email this morning to everyone that we did have a bit of a switch of 2 breakout sessions. Dr. Baudouin's session that was about being overwhelmed and WebExed out that was originally scheduled for 9:15 is now scheduled for session 2, which would be starting at 10:15. And Miss Alicia Hewland has switched with Dr. Baudouin. So her session that was originally at 10:15 regarding DEI and employee engagement has now been moved up to the 9:15 session. So if you do still click the existing link of the program and the WebEx and dial-in information has been updated for everyone to reflect the switch of those 2 sessions. So again, Dr. Baudouin has now moved to 10:15 with overwhelmed and WebExed out, and Miss Alicia Hewland has moved to 9:15 regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion and employee engagement and why it all matters here at SLCC. So just make sure to check your program and the link for all of the dial-in information. And I just got word that Dr. June will be coming on shortly. Whenever something doesn't work, what's the best thing to do? Reboot your computer. So he'll be back up and running in just a minute. So thank you so much for your patience.
Hi, Atlanta. And again, thank you so much, Darcy. Again, Jermaine Ford on the line. I wanted to mention something while we're waiting on Dr. June. Yesterday, he met with our exec team here at SLCC, and he talked about a word, and I have not been able to shake it since. And the word was attitude. There's so many things that have come to chip away at our attitude, to deal with COVID-19 and deal with social distancing and deal with wearing a mask and deal with all the complexities. But I so appreciate Dr. June for sharing that. And that is something that I'm going to take to heart and really try to exercise this year, is attitude and having a really positive attitude. So thank you, Darcy, for breaking that ice. And as we wait for Dr. June to come back. So that is also the word for the day, attitude.
thank you so much, Dr. Ford. And so Jermaine let us know yesterday that he was able to successfully defend his dissertation. And so I think we're just waiting on the official diploma. But if everyone just wants to chime in and give Dr. Ford a big congratulations. That was a lot of hard work, Jermaine. So we are all very proud of you. All right, it looks like I see Dr. June just joining the meeting from his reboot. So it looks like we'll be beginning shortly.
It never fails. We will win against all odds. That's what we do at Team SLCC. As I was saying, we are sprinting in spring 2021. Why are we sprinting? Because it's an excellent way to frame where we've been, where we are, where we're heading, and the momentum of continuing to hone our craft as a top choice institution, given the great work that we've done for both summer and fall 2020. Albeit leadership changes, changes in instructional delivery, the ongoing COVID pandemic, political elections, civil unrest, hurricane, and of course, an official national search for a permanent coach chancellor. The race continues. Let me remind both current team members and new team members that although recently appointed permanent coach chancellor effective December the 9th, the vision and mission still remains the same. Providing innovative and educational solutions, creating a best practice to work and learning environment, and of course, executing the mission of serving students and serving our community. Let me stress the 8 rules of sprinting technique and engagement that is nurtured by our very own college's core values, which continues to shape a culture of leaders, institutional stewards, and educators to pass on the best product of both education and learning and services to ensure that college and student success is at an all-time high. Accountability, collaboration, excellence, innovation, integrity, respect, service, and trust are all important ingredients in our sprinting techniques to engagement and winning the race. First, let's talk about the first 100 meters. The first 100 meters, of course, is the immediate short-term priorities of consideration that we must all be cognizant in order to ensure organizational effectiveness, efficiencies, and optimization that will provide sustainability for the college moving forward. Essentially, as we talk about leadership stability, it is very essential and imperative that I feel, as the permanent coach chancellor, the role for academic and student affairs, the dean for the College of Liberal Arts and Humanities, the vacancy for the director for the Center for Minority Excellence, a permanent director for student financial aid. And I think it's very important to note that last fall, we were able to fill the dean of nursing and allied health, a director for adult basic education, and a director for disability and counseling services, while also filling the role of director for academic and student success. Enrollment trend and impact is important in this first 100 meters, because when we look at our current trends of enrollment, that is a driving factor of whether or not we are meeting the needs of our community, enrolling students, and of course, generating revenue to substantiate and to maintain fiscal stability for the college. Today, we are at 87% of our continuing students enrolled for spring semester, and we're at roughly 80% in enrolling new students for spring, roughly reflecting a total enrollment to date of 85%. So as you can see, we still have work to do, but given where we are with the pandemic and the national trend, we're all experiencing enrollment decline, but we are certainly, as Team SOCC, will do our best to continue to increase enrollment as well as to increase semester credit hours. I think it's also important to note, as part of the impact with enrollment, the continuation of looking at a second COVID stimulus package that the federal government has laid out for various states. Roughly about $22.78 billion has been designated for colleges and universities, and that roughly reflects about $268 million for the state of Louisiana. However, we're still waiting on guidance and the impact of those funds in its allocation. When we talk about Spring Start and related adjustments, I think it is very imperative for you to know that effective next Monday, January 11th, we will still continue with our regular spring reopening plan, and the start will remain as outlined in our academic calendar. However, the Louisiana Community and Technical College System and the 12-member colleges' highest priority has been and continues to be protecting the health and well-being of all members of our campus community, recognizing our students and employees' commitment to the ongoing global pandemic and data collected over the past 9 months, including various holidays, which also includes our recent Christmas holiday and New Year's holiday. It was decided that all colleges would start the spring 2021 semester exclusively with online and virtual instruction for the month of January only. Again, for the month of January only. What does that mean? That means that the LCTCS and the Board of Supervisors thought it fitting enough to help create an added level of caution to mitigate the spread of the virus post the holiday season. It also means that SOCC will reactivate its phase 1 of our current reopening plan for January 11th through January 31st only. It also means that SOCC will reactivate phase 2, the in-person instruction, of its current reopening plan, effective Monday, February 1st. So as you can see, we're going to have roughly about 2.5 weeks of online and virtual courses only to help with the incubation period of mitigating the spread of the coronavirus. As an added value and an added bonus, it's important to also note that college operations will remain in phase 2 of our current campus reopening plan, as we've been extremely successful in operating on a rotational basis with very minimum to no impact regarding COVID-19. The 200 meters. The 200 meters is designated as a race that represents the mid priorities of consideration, where it is necessary for Team SOCC to speed up, drive the curve, and start to become more engaged in the running process that we were in the last 100 meters. Essentially, Team SOCC, we must gradually continue to accelerate a little faster in order to win the race of anticipated deliverables during the spring 2021 semester. As such, we will continue to work on the following: the college blueprint, also known as, or formerly known as, the academic blueprint, which is taking on an integrative and strategic approach to reviewing both credit, non-credit, and adult basic education programs that will position the college to be both agile to market trends and demands, regional needs, focus on instructional program options, or better yet, right fit, and operational modeling to manage and lead program change. The SOCC strategic planning process is necessary to support vision and direction for the next 5 years through 2025. Current work is underway by our steering committee and the Office of Institutional Excellence, and the work will be transformed into a phased approach to facilitate college-wide engagement, stakeholder engagement, data and metric constructs, and obviously alignment with the LCTCS Louisiana 2025 strategic plan. The Louisiana Technical and Community College strategic plan is in its final stages of development, with support from a designated system-wide functional committee, board staff, and now in final review by the chancellors of our system. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is extremely, extremely important, both from a system-wide perspective and a college-wide perspective, because it takes on a grassroots approach to assess, cultivate, and execute an intentional and continuous plan of activities, as well as tactical strategies for Team SOCC. The work is being supported by DEI Council to steward this important work and for it to be part of a permanent fabric of the college. I must express that these 4 priorities are extremely important, and yet they're time sensitive as they align with one another. It sets the stage, the vision, as well as the direction for the college and our partners and our stakeholders for the next 5 years. Without these, SLCC does not have a clear direction for the future in order to successfully win. The 400 meters. This is the mental and the continuous race of all races. This race is known to be the hardest. Why? Because it is technically a full sprint, but it requires a transition into different paces to maintain team momentum and to make it through the finish line. Essentially, as the coach chancellor, it is imperative that I stress the importance of these additional strategies or initiatives that will both complement the bigger picture while adding depth as well as strength to Team SOCC's finish line approach. As such, let's talk about professional development. Professional development will continue to be a priority, Because what it does is it supports our continuous and quality improvement, essential trainings, and it also allows us to explore emerging trends and best practices that will add value both departmentally and institutionally. Everyday excellence. It should continue and will continue with Team SOCC because it continues to shape and positively transform Team SOCC's organizational culture of engagement, survey and assessment, and provides active recommendations that helps to create a best practice to work environment for both faculty, staff, and our students. Community engagement. As the new Coach Chancellor, this is at an all-time high in order to effectively and continuously and consistently communicate Team SOCC's vision and direction for the next 5 years. To our community, as well as to our business partners, our stakeholders, our parish governments, legislative delegates, prospective students, and educational partners. It is difficult for our service region to connect the dots for who SOCC is, what we are, where we're located, how we conduct our businesses to potentially align resources, as well as support various resources in alignment from a partnership perspective. Think about it. The recent merger with Oshner and Lafayette General, that is huge. New businesses that are being perpetuated through One Acadiana and the various chambers. There has to be alignment. Our business advisory councils that help to shape business and industry needs and the program alignment that is necessary to ensure a skilled workforce, that is huge. Community engagement is at an all-time high, and as the Coach Chancellor, I plan to lead that charge. Innovation and structure. Team SOCC can no longer become comfortable nor complacent in order to stay the course of education and service relevant. Essentially, we have to find creative ways to meet our constituents where they are. To meet our constituents where they are. To meet our constituents where they are while delivering quality. We must also be encouraged to look for supplemental and complementary resources, such as grants, new programs, new partnerships and collaborations, and continue to remove unnecessary barriers to student success or success in general. As Coach Chancellor, I am reminded to figure out ways to say yes instead of saying no, and a willingness to be uncomfortable. Leadership is uncomfortable. A willingness to be uncomfortable, discussing the need for realignment, to restructure programs, systems, processes, departments, in order to be more impactful. If Team SOCC doesn't, we fail ourselves, we fail our students, we fail our communities. Otherwise, someone else will eventually make the decision for us. So it is our responsibility. As Team SOCC sprints into spring 2021 semester, remember, it is all about demonstrating and maintaining a positive attitude, a positive attitude, a positive attitude to start the race and to reach the finish line. We are not a novice team. We have raised the bar where needed. We have weathered the storms of change and uncertainty, and we are using data and technology to make decisions. We are not a novice team. We are not a novice team. So I leave Team SOCC with this reminder. The race does not always go to the swift, but to the ones who keep running. Best wishes on a successful start, and I look forward to seeing each of you at the spring 2021 finish line. Thank you so much, and I am happy to be Coach Chancellor for Team SLCC. Now, in continuance with our kickoff activities, to sprint into spring 2021, I will now turn it over to Ms. Lana Fontenot, Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement and Executive Director of the SOCC Foundation for more information. Lana?
All right. Thank you so much, Chancellor June. That was fantastic. And again, thank you to everyone for just being so patient throughout the technical difficulties. In the chat and also in your email, you should see the link to the breakout sessions and the entire program. The breakout session will be beginning at 9:15. Then the next breakout session, session 2, will be beginning at 10:15. And don't forget to join us at 11:30 for the wrap up with Dr. Miller and Dr. June. So see everyone in just a little bit and enjoy your morning, everyone.